which means if you did that yesterday, you'll have a £5 credit to spend today on items of £30 or more, or maybe collective items in your basket. So do bear that in mind as we head down the counter today. We've got a great show from IndigoBlu, and we've got a great guest returning to our studios. It's the lovely, gorgeous Julia Watts. Oh, yes.
What are you like?
What are you like?
Well, are you ever going to stop doing that?
No. Never, ever, ever will I stop doing that, because it's my favourite clip of all time. How are you, Julia?
I'm all right, thank you. I didn't know there was another 7 o'clock in the day, but...
Do you know what? It's great to see. I know you're all the way over there, but virtual hugs and all of that.
Yeah.
But it is really lovely to see you back here in the studio. I'm really looking forward to those fantastic demonstrations we've got lined up. I don't know why I'm laughing. But Julia's here. It's starting. Julia's here for the 7 o'clock hour, but also for 11 o'clock as well.
Yeah.
So plenty of demonstrations for that hour as well. Oh, I think it's the coffee. Right, okay, let's show you what we've got, and then we're going to head to Julia for those demos. As soon as I walked into the studio, I saw these. I thought they're absolutely fantastic. Something different, aren't they? Love the design of these. And what I like about them, not only the lines that are in there, but I also like the fact that we're close up on the flowers. So we're taking just a capture, a glimpse of part of the flowers, not due to the lovely Molly directing, of course. No, I mean the actual stamp itself. We're not seeing the whole of the flower, and I really like that. Really, really like something modern about that particular look. Now, we've had these on individually, but they're now as a bundle for you. It's a great price, £35.96. It's also a great saving of £12. But if you add your £5 credit to this, that is going to cost you just over £30. So if you've got that £5 credit, this could be the show to spend it on. Now, IndigoBlu, British company, run by Kay and Alfie, and of course the wonderful design teams that they work with. But with IndigoBlu, you've got the quality of the stamps. It's red rubber, so it'll take all your mediums, and they're also cling mounted as well, so they're ready to go. But the detail that's in there, it really is incredible. Whether you're using these with just a black ink, for example, or whether you're using these for embossing, I think that would look absolutely marvellous. Use them together to create wonderful samples and images like this one that I'm just going to bring in here, or maybe use them individually. I think it's absolutely superb. Really like this sample. This one is by Caroline. Absolutely gorgeous. And also used on this are the Luscious that we have available on the show. This was the silver, the unicorn tears, and the dragon's eye, and it was stamped in black VersaFine. Do love that. Is absolutely marvellous. Whatever you do with these stamps, whether you're using them as a card topper, whether you're using them for some decoration, maybe for the home, changing up your decor, for example, they're going to be absolutely perfect each and every time you use them due to that red rubber. So you've got your Daisy, your Dahlia. I'm saving I'm going to save the first one till last, everyone. Your Lily and your Anemone. An enemy. Yes, you're an enemy, and there's an enemy. That's how I have to remember that, otherwise it can go completely wrong. It's just, I can't help it. 639797, £35.96. Right, we've got more for you. These are options in your stamps. You're more than welcome to buy all of them, of course you are, but we've got options for you. Absolutely full of detail. And can you see the cat just there? It took me a couple of times to see that. And I thought, little pussy there, it's gorgeous, with the flowers just on the side and the flourishes as well, and the detail of the fur that you've got in there. Love that. And I think this is Julia's favourite, isn't it, Julia? Didn't really look like a favourite, Julia, to be fair.
It is.
But that's Julia at her most excited.
Well, I can't get excited when I'm down here and you're up there.
That's what we all say. build in 10 minutes and look at me, I'm in tears. Right. Pretty pictures and samples, that's a good idea. Okay. Oh dear, there's a freedom price on these, and okay, over a quarter of the stock of the cat stamp has gone. That is a beautiful sample there, isn't it? Even if you were putting it into the background of your designs, it still looks absolutely stunning. £10.79 as a Freedom member. There's no P&P to pay on these stamps as a Freedom member. It's a great deal. And if you wanted to go for all 4 of them, then you could, yes, you could apply. In fact, if you went for 3 of these, that would take you over £30. So you could apply your £5 credit from yesterday as part of the spring savers. So lots of deals to be had on the show today, and some gorgeous stamps as well, full of detail, and you can bring these to life when you get them home. We're very busy for these actually. 740592 is your item number if you want to go for any one of the stamps, but you're more than welcome, as I say, to multiply on those if you want to. Right, more stamps, more stamps. Love this next set, because these are really cool on their own, but also for building up backgrounds as well. So if you were to use all the stamps together, that actually is what they would look like. Let me take this and turn this around to show you the stamps individually. There you go. So you've got hope, you've got beauty, faith, love, celebrate, and thanks. And then you've got all the text in the background. So great for toppers, great for journaling, great for home decor, great for your planners as well. Mini cards or little mini coasters. Yeah, that's a good idea. Little mini coaster. I've got some lovely artwork here. So this is using part of the Hope stamp. I really like the way that that's just been torn around the outside, which is really nice. And then you've got thanks, which again gives you that grungy look, doesn't it? And you've got love. Oh, isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? 679424 is your item number for those. £16.99. That's a great price, isn't it? Saving £3. That's for all 6 stamps. Excellent value for money. Now, something else which is superb value for money. A set of 4. You wait till you see the price for these. A set of 4 altogether. £11.96. We didn't all need to say that together, by the way, but if you did at home, thank you very much. £11.96. This is your collector's edition, and you've got red rubber, and they're also mounted as well. Mounted. I was going to say something else, but then I just continued with that. But what I'm going to do is turn them around so you can see them. We'll do that on the last one. There's your dragonfly. There you go. So really good, sizable stamps. Red rubber. Just bring a sample in for the bee. Very popular bees, aren't they? We should take care of our bees. I love bees. Oh, behave. And then let me bring this one in there. Isn't this lovely? Gorgeous. And you've got the dragonfly as well, which I think will really lend itself to some of the lustres that we've got on the show. £11.96. That's for all 4 of those stamps. Absolute superb value for money. Right, now we've got some pigments for you. We're very busy for these, We've got some really lovely colours. We've got 3 sets. So your first one, we've got the lovely pink in here. Now this one is called Unicorn Tears. You've got your silver, and you've got the Dragon's Eye. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at those colours. Very nice to use. £14.97. That's for all 3. Your next option, you have your Olive Grove. I'd love to go to an Olive Grove now. You've got your Mermaid's Tail, and you've got your Poseidon Blue. Sorry, not got my glasses on this morning. Great colours, and you can see that lovely gold that's in there. I believe Julie's going to be using some of these in the demonstration. In 11 o'clock? No.
One today, now.
All right. See what happens when they come back in the building, when they're on VT, it was fine. All right. we've got another option for you here. You know I love you. Lemon sherbet, fizzy pop. Oh, fizzy pop. Lime spritzer. I'd get that just for the names. Fantastic colours. I think this one actually might be my favourite heading into summer. Some gorgeous colours there. £14.97, 749767 is your item number. Right, let's head on over to our lovely Julia for some demonstrations. What we're going to see, Julia?
Okay, so we're going to do a journal page first. I'll just hold it so you can see it. So we're going to do a variation of this one. It won't be exactly the same. It could be a card, you know, it doesn't have to be a journal page, but I've popped it in my journal. I need to start doing that a little bit more rather than having loads of cards lying around. So I'll put that to one side, and I've already gone ahead and I've stamped some of the word blocks, and as Janice rightly said, on the word blocks we've got 6 individual stamps, and I chose these really because none of the other stamps have got sentiments on them. So with these you can just cut out the bolder words, or just, you know, take some of the odd words that there are, so it gives you lots of flexibility, and great for backgrounds and you know, kind of focal points. So I've stamped those, and I've used Pine Cone Versafine Clair, and I've done it ahead of time so that the Versafine is lovely and dry, and I've gone for the brown because it's a little bit less intense than the black, and that's on Pink Frog Watercolor Card. I think it's Watercolor Card. Yes, it is Watercolor Card, which is also on the show. Now, when I did mine originally, let's just bring this back in again. I did all my background, and then I thought, when I cut the peony posy out, I thought to myself, well, I'm not going to fiddle around cutting all the little tendrils out. I'll just stamp it underneath. But stamping on top of the paint is a little bit dodgy because it doesn't dry very quickly at all, and also sometimes if you actually do put embossing powder on top, even if you dusted, it still sticks to the paint. So we're going to do this slightly differently. So this is like kind of like we're always learning, and I've learnt from this, so we're going to do it in a slightly different way, but hopefully get the same result. So what we're going to do is actually stamp my stamp first. And instead of using the peony posy, I'm going to go for the summer lovin', just to kind of mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to take my anti-static bag. This is a new one. This is quite a fat one. This is one of the Sentimentally Yours anti-static bags. Give it a good dusting, and that way if I've got any fingerprints on it, or if the ink is still a little bit wet, which it shouldn't be, then it's not going to attract the embossing powder. Now with the summer lovin', make sure that your butterflies are facing in the right direction rather than doing a downturn. And I'm going to stamp it with the Versafine Clair, the Nocturne. You can do this on a stamping platform if you want to, but I'm going for a big block. This is my underneath image, if you like, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm really looking at the little dots and things on the outside more than anything. Just in case I may well have cut them all out, so this may well be not necessary anyway. So we're going to just pop it about there and give it a good old press. Give the ink a little bit of a chance to soak into the card. We are on watercolour card after all, so it's not going to be perfect anyway. Although, having said that, the Pink Frog watercolour card does to me seem a little bit smoother than other watercolour card that I've used. So there's my image, and I'm going to emboss that with my superfine clear embossing glaze, which is also on the show. It's in a kit with the Magic Sparkle and the Unicorn Sparkles. So it's with the glitter, and the Luscious Magic Sparkle is like a boost to your other Luscious, so it's a little bit more sparkly, because Luscious has got shimmer, but the Magic Sparkle's got a sparkle as well, so it's quite a nice thing to have. So just heat set this now. Get my heat tool going. And then this will intensify, and hopefully again you'll be able to see it, there you go, against the brown that's underneath. And I'm very pleased, I'm very relieved actually that my butterflies are facing in the right direction, because having told you to make sure they're facing in the right direction, I forgot to check. So that's a little bit of luck more than anything. When you've got words, you do need to make sure that everything's pointing in the right direction, really. Still, it's too early, my brain's not working yet. Okay, so we give that a little bit of a bend, and then we'll start working on the background. Now, I was watching I always watch Let Leonie Loose every week if I can, and I was watching her using the zinc ice, and I thought to myself, well, I wonder if I can do similar techniques to that with my translucent paints. So we're going to do that, but first of all I'm going to use a stencil as well, add a little bit more interest to my background, which also Leonie did with the eye inks. So I'm going to just take a little bit of the teal for two. Now I'm using my bigger pots because I don't like opening my small pots until my big pots are empty. Just a kitchen sponge, and there's probably a little bit too much on there. And I'm going to take, this is the bubble stencil. It was on our shows on the 14th and the 15th, so it may well still be in the brand shop. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of the bubbles there. See that lovely intense colour? And we go for a little bit down here too. And we'll bring some over, just over the edge here, over the image a little bit. Okay, so there's my background going. And look at my fingers, in a bit of a state already. Just going to give that a quick blast so that the translucent paint is dry. It does dry quite quickly, but where I've caught the edge of the stencil just needs a little bit of help. Just be careful that you don't flatten your embossing powder. And so you can see, because it's a translucent paint, we can still see those words underneath, which is what I want to see. Let's get rid of that actually. No, we'll keep that there because I might use that. And I'm going to take some of the daffodil and pop some onto my paint mat. And now, if we remember what Leonie was doing, like I say, you learn from everybody. I'm going to just take the paint from my palette knife, and I'm just going to spread some over the top, just in different directions. And we can see where the paint hits the teal for two, it's more of a green colour, and where you've just got the yellow itself, it's that beautiful bright yellow. So that's my daffodil. Then I'm going to take some of the mulberry bush. In fact, I'll give that a blast as well, because if I blast it, then the colours will stay separate rather than just all merging into one. And me moving the, you know, if I pick up some of the yellow when I put some of the next colour on, then I'm just going to get orange everywhere. So I'm going to go for mulberry bush next. And you've got all these in the little pots. I love the translucent paints, they're my favourite. I think I said this last week. I just love how versatile they are. This is the mulberry bush. Again, pick that up onto the palette, go into slightly different areas. You still get some of that colour coming through from underneath. And where they meet, they become yellow. Where they're just in the raw, as it were, they are the beautiful pink. And we can do all of the kind of taking your palette knife we can just do lines as well. So we can do all of that with the translucent paints. A little bit more. And you can faff around with it as much as you want to at home. I might bring some more yellow in there actually. Just grab a little bit more. I'm just on a paint mat here from IndigoBlu because the paint kind of stays open a bit longer on there. So that's where we're at so far. Don't be scared, it'll be absolutely fine. I've got a little bit of red in there now. Oh well. Right, so we're going to add a little bit more texture to it, and we're bringing some gesso, which is also on the show. And I'm just going to take it from the lid, and I'm just going to bring a bottle top in, and I'm just going to add some, because we're doing circles, I'm just going to add some circles or parts of circles. See, it's quite quick and it's quite random. I quite like that, and that'll do. And I'll take another sponge actually, and we'll just go around the edges and bring the edges in, because you can use your paint just like you'd use your inks to edge. I'm quite dirty underneath there. Let's just wipe some of this off. So we can bring a little bit of the paint around the edge, just to edge. Just to pull it all in, so we haven't, oh, gesso's a bit wet. Okay. I might have to put a bee or something on there. Right, so that would dry, and then we want to take our Summer Lovin' that we've stamped and embossed here. Now I'm thinking that, I mean, when I did my original one, this one goes on there like that. You've got that lovely pop of colour. You've also got, once you put it on black card, it all pops anyway. Look how bright that is. We won't look at that bit there. Then we've got a bee. In fact, my bee may well come in at the bottom like that. Because there's always a way around it. When it goes awry, there's always a way that you can fix things.
I thought it used to be just with a butterfly, but now you can fix it with a bee.
A bee and a dragonfly.
Wow.
And then I've also got some, obviously you'd wait for this to dry or force it dry. We've also got our words. And we've got love, hope and faith. And if you just hang them off the edge, then you've got a bit of movement going. So I would kind of let it dry and stick that down, but that looks entirely different. I mean, it's a different image altogether, but let's move this over so you can see both of them.
I love that,
see
Julia.
how they've turned out completely different, but with the same techniques.
Which one do you prefer, Julia? If you could have a preference.
I don't know actually. I think perhaps this one. I don't know.
Yeah, I like the one you've just done there.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic demo.
It's quite quick though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's easier if you don't think about it too much.
Yes.
But
well, it is early, isn't it?
It is, but I was really impressed that, I mean, I thought we could. I was really impressed that the same techniques that Leonie did last week,
yes,
I could still do with the translucent paints. So
yeah,
that's a win-win for me.
Yeah. Oh, you're well chuffed. I love that. Oh, well done, Julia. What a great demonstration. Right, so we've got some mediums for you. We'd like to take you through them. We're having a look at the paints first. We've got a set of 6. Now, Julia was using the translucent paints in that particular demonstration, but what we've got here is a set of 6. So you've got a combination of colours for £14.99. That's for the whole 6, 257834. Let's take you through the colours. You've got on here, it's on the side, that's it. Teal for 2, Love that. I love teal. What a lovely colour. You've got in here your racing green. Wow, yeah, like that. At the top here, we've got your ugly duckling. Then you've got a lovely stroke of midnight. What a gorgeous deep blue that is. Lovely blues last night, actually, as the crescent moon was coming out. So that'll be good for your nighttime looks. That's your daffodil, gorgeous yellow there. Remember, these are translucent. And you've got your mulberry bush. So all 6, what a great price, $14.99. So you get you get elements of all the colours, and if you wanted to mix some of them together, I'm sure you could have a combination of colours with those. All 6, $14.99. Now, slap it on. Something we do every morning, isn't it? Slap it on and get out to work. Well, some of us. Right, slap it on fabric sparkles and slap it on matte. You get 100ml in each, and it's only $13.99. That's for both, by the way, not individually. That's for both. 196266 is your item number if you want to go for those. Now, the next one, we're very busy for these actually. You found these on the website. Let me open these up because they're absolutely gorgeous. Your unicorn sparkles, collected very, very carefully from the blessing of unicorns that are out there. Look at that sparkle. It's incredible, isn't it? Wow. That is beautiful. I'll just let you have that moment at home. That is lovely. So that's your unicorn sparkles. And then you've got your clear, super, super fine embossing powder, which really does make all the difference. Excuse me, especially when you're using them with the stamps that we've got on the show as well, with all of that finite detail. So that's wonderful. That's going to last you a long time, actually. And then you've got your Junk and Disorderly. Isn't that a great name? I love that about IndigoBlu. So that's your Luscious Pigment Powder. All 3, $13.99. 536958. Let's have a look at the website. This is where you can head to see all the items we've got on the show, because we do have more for you. We've got the Ultra Clear Tape Kit. Now look at the 5-star reviews for that. Only $19.99. It's a great saving on that one, by the way. You've also got your foam pads as well to give you elevation in your designs, so you might want to pop those into your basket. We've got some pink frog card on the show. Again, look at the 5-star reviews that we have. And when you're on the website, you can shop by brand. You can also see our 7-day savers as well, which were launched yesterday. 7-day savers, the brand new ones launched yesterday. Those are products where you get a saving, a great saving, and they're supposed to last 7 days, but sometimes they sell out. Do you know what? Shall we have a quick look? Let's have a quick look. 7-day savers, head to the website, go to latest offers, then head to 7-day savers, and this is what it looks like. Oh, there's no time. There's no time like now. We've got zips. They are fabulous. We've got really nice, brightly coloured zips, 50 of them in total for $11.99. Look at the saving, usually $49.99. So that's a huge saving for the 7 days. That denim textured card, you've got a lovely matte side to it, and then you've got a really nice gloss side to it as well, and it's denim, the colour, right through to its core. Now that woodland leather journal, oh my days, it's fabulous. It really is fabulous. The paper inside the journal is lovely and soft. It's a lovely vintage style, but you can actually replace the book inside because the actual journal itself is the cover, so you can slip another book in when you've finished using that particular one. That's why it's excellent value for money. $26.99 if you want to go for that one. It's never been a better time to start journaling. Just writing down some thoughts, maybe some poems, or doing a little bit of doodling or artwork. I'm doing some doodling at the moment. Well, not right now. Not doodling right now, but I am doing some doodling. Okay, and something that will look great with some doodles around it are these stamps. Love these. These are Colour Me stamp set. You've got the anemone. You've got the daisy, the dahlia, and the lily. Aren't they lovely? With colour, they look spectacular with those black fine lines in there as well, and that's produced, of course, with the stamp. IndigoBlu, renowned for their quality, and red rubber stamps is going to give you that wonderful quality of the print, and that's why they can have those fine lines due to that red rubber, due to that quality. They're all mounted as well. So you're getting 4 in this particular deal. You have seen them individually before, but this is a great deal to get all 4. Saving £12, £35.96. These are going to be great for making and creating collections. Maybe for some stamps, maybe for some home decor, for example, popping into a frame. They look very, very effective. And this is a lovely sample. This is also by Carolyn. Carolyn or Caroline? Sorry if I've got that wrong. But you can see it's been stamped but stitched over. That's remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Love that. So lots of different designs that you can make with this. Look at this clock here. Now, is that clock the right way round? I think it's supposed to go that way. So if you were to get a fixing for a clock just on the back like so, you can make and create that. I love that. I love the squares all the way around the outside. And I think that's been used with some of the white embossing powder. That is fabulous. Maybe that's giving you the inspiration to pop these into your basket and check on out. 639797. We've got some more stamps for you on the show. They're also proving to be very popular, and Julia has used one of the stamps in her first demo. These are options for you. So you've got 4 different options. They're £11.99 each, 740592. But what you've got here is a chance to buy more than one if you want to. And if you do, if you buy 3 or more, you can use your £5 credit that you received yesterday. And if you're thinking, well, why haven't I got a £5 credit? It's all part of our Spring Saver event. If you buy anything on the show, if it's your first purchase of the day, then you'll get a £5 credit to spend tomorrow on a purchase of £30 or more. So your options that you've got here, your first option, beautiful, beautiful flowers in there. I do like that. And that is your rose blush. You've got that open rose there. It's like a climbing rose. Beautiful design there. Show you some samples. This one has been used with the embossing powder. It looks very effective. You can see the detail in there as well. Maybe you want to stamp and you want to cut out and then decoupage up. Again, looks very effective. And even when you're using this just with black Versify ink, looks incredible. The design team have done such a wonderful job. Those 2 I've just showed you there are by Laura. Beautiful. So that's your first option. The next set for you is your Summer Loving. I can't think of the next line of the song. Summer loving had me a blast. Summer loving happened so fast. Yeah. I'm in pink as well. I'm one of the pink ladies. So that's your Summer loving. Have I got a sample to show you of that? Yes, of course I have. Actually, no, I haven't. Yes, I have. Right. And that's it, the butterflies. This is one. This is the one. Now, this is lovely. I think this is used. I wonder if that's use some of the luscious lusters on there. If I give it a wiggle, oh, as Julia would say, oh, can you put Julia's mic up as I show you this? Okay, let's have a look at the lusters. Are you ready, Julia?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Oh yes.
I love Julia so much. There you go. Oh dear, I love that. Love that. It's actually next option. And then you've got Blues Lookout. Oh, half the stock has gone. Half the stock has gone. What a lovely stamp set this is. For some reason, this sample here, this one's by Sue. Lovely sample here. It reminds me of 1970s artwork. You know, that retro style, bit kitsch. Yeah. Just think about that. I like that. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Julie's not giving me anything on that, but that's fine. Moving on. Your final option is your Peony Posy. Sorry, oh, I'm choking this morning. Got a lovely sample here. Can I ask you which one is your favourite, Julia? Do you have a favourite of this stamp set?
Yeah, the Blues Lookout.
The Blues Lookout with the cat.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. That's all she's got.
Well, I've got a cat, haven't I?
You have got a cat. You have got a cat. Oh dear. We're going to head over to Julia, actually. Should we go there now? Let's do that. Julia, what are we going to look at now?
We're going to look at the bundle of the Colony stamps, and we're going to do, it's quite a simple card. Again, it could go in your journal, but we're going to do this kind of thing. But we're going to be using a different stamp. You can see we've got the luscious going on there. We've also got a stamped black background there as well, just to add a little bit of texture and interest to it. Don't know if you can see that. Okay, so I've already done a lot of stamping ahead of time, as usual, just in case it goes wrong, but we're going to stamp one as well. I've got some gold on there, so turn that over. Right, so we'll dust with our anti-static bag again, because we're going to do a bit of embossing, and just because we're going to colour in with the luscious, and it's always a good idea if you're using any product with mica in it to actually stamp and emboss, because then your lines stay true and you don't lose any of the definition of your image. So this is the Pink Frog, just a regular black card, and then I've got some of the super smooth white card as well. When we've got another, we'll finish stamping our border as well while we're at it and do all our heat setting as it is. So on my original, I've used the grungy circles, and I'm going to do the squares on this one. That way in a minute. And I've already trimmed my card down. I wouldn't suggest that you do this at home. I would suggest that you actually trim it afterwards, but because of kind of speed and being in the studio, I've trimmed it down. So because I've done that, it's easier to take the card to the stamp rather than the traditional way. So we're using the Wow embossing pad, which should be available on the website. As Wow come here quite often. Lots of tapping. I haven't actually used this particular one before, so let's hope it's going to be fine. And we can see exactly where we're going. I've trimmed it quite close, so you can take it down and be very careful that you don't move this now. You just want to rub your fingers over the back, keep that one in place. And if you ever have any trouble with any of the bigger stamps, stamping them, this is a way that you can do it, as long as you don't move your card. That should be good. So we lift that up carefully. And you can't see anything yet, so we'll put some powder on so that you can. Again, we go for the embossing glaze. I like this tub because it's a big 60mm tub, which means that first of all it's easy to get the powder back in because it's got a wide neck to it, but secondly it does mean it's going to last you for ages. Of course, because I've trimmed it down, it's very hard to actually handle it as well.
Julie, I've got a question.
Yeah.
You know the embossing glaze?
Yeah.
Is that just the name of it, or is it different from embossing powder?
It's just the name of it. It's not different, it's still powder. So that's, you can see that's beautiful anyway, and that's not even embossed yet. So that's going to be, you could do this in white, but this is going to be clear. So just remember, when you got your powders, remember which one's clear and which one's white. So we're finished doing this one as well. So I'm going to take the grungy squares. I love these grungy stamps. Where's my grungy squares? Oh, I've got them out. Super organised. Take one of Phil's stamping blocks, and again we're going to go for this is just to add texture. I'm not going to colour this in at all. This is just to add texture around the edges, and we should be able to just get away with just doing one if I can see it. There we go. And again, you can't see that, so we'll add some powder to it so that you can. You can see that now, just around the edge. That needs to be set as well. And then we'll do one of the word blocks as well while we're at it. We're going to do thanks. I've already cut one out, but we're going to do a bit of thanks. And this time we're going to go for the Versafine Claire. We only want the word, So we only need to ink up the middle section. We're not too worried about going right to the edge. These are such a useful set of stamps, the word blocks. One of my favourites. I think after blue, the word blocks are my favourites. But I do all the flowers are beautiful. It's a really, I mean, IndigoBlu do some cracking stamps. They really do. And then again, we're going to emboss this just because everything's then embossed. And it's very tactile when you emboss things as well. You run your fingers over, you can feel the embossed lines of them. So if you know, if you've got any friends that are kind of got problems with their eyesight, then you know it's a really nice thing to have. Right, let's set this. That'll do. Not the best black on black to show on the television, but it is, hopefully you can see it going. Such a detailed stamp. And like Janice was saying, such an unusual stamp as well. That's all done, look lovely and shiny. And we finish our border. I do this at home as well when I'm embossing. I try and do a whole lot together. So it is actually quicker than waiting for your gun to warm up. There's our thanks. Lovely and glossy. So now we do the fun bit. Now we do get our luscious out. And I've got my luscious in a palette here. And I've just spritzed with water. And mine are all over the place. Mine aren't well organised like Kay's were last week. I've got, what's it called? Mermaid's tail, is it? Yeah, mermaid's tail. That's lime spritzer. So those are quite close to each other. So you can see, hopefully see the difference between these two. Actually on the screen that looks more blue, and that'll be the mica interference. To me in the studio it's more green. That one looks a bit more purple. That's your dragon's blood. So again, that must be the interference shown. For me that looks more of a greeny blue in the studio. Dragon's eye, sorry.
Yes.
There's a dragon's blood as well. She does this just to confuse me, I think.
Dragon's eye.
Yeah.
If that was the colour of blood, be a bit worried.
So we're just, in fact, I'll take a bigger brush because I can just do this one quite quickly because it's just, it can be just all one colour. So we can do like a wash over on this one. So I think we'll go for the blue one. Oh, a bit more water than that. And that's probably too much water, but we'll see. And so we can see the resist that we've got going on there. And what happens with the mica product is that as it dries, the mica comes to the surface. So never blot off a mica product, otherwise you'll lose the shimmer. By using the wide brush, we're going to get a nice finish to it. Can you see that? It's almost like a golden finish to it. Lovely. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with that one. Obviously, if you've got ones like this one, you just need to be a little bit more careful because you'll want to do the actual central part in a different colour. But I don't need to worry with that. That's why I chose that one. I thought about doing the lilies and I thought, well, no, I'm going to have to faff around a little bit with you. Right, so simply to create this card, all we're going to do is just stick it down with some glue. Get some of Phil's glue. I think this is this is the regular Pink Frog black card. The watercolour card is tremendous, the black one. It's so thick. It's the first time I've used it. It's just wonderful stuff. And we've got foam tape on the back of this one.
I think
So
our watercolour card, Julia, is 350 GSM, so it's a
that
really
why
good weight.
it's tremendous card. It's a wonderful card.
Why do you like it so much?
It takes it because it's weighty and it takes so much liquid on it, you know, so much water on it. It's fantastic. So we're going to pop that in there. Hopefully that's straightish. And we've got that lovely, those lovely squares there in the background to add my texture. See, that would look fantastic just as it is, just in black and white. But you guys can't really see that very. Look, you can see the texture there. That looks really stunning, doesn't it? But we're going to bring the colour one in, the one that we've just coloured with the dragon's eye. Hopefully, I got it right this time. And the dragon's eye looks blue, but it's actually on black. It's gold, and it's always a good idea when you get your luscious to do yourself a swatch. If you're going to be using it on black card as well as white card, do yourself a swatch. See, that's not dry, 100% dry yet, so it's not wanting to stick very well. Do yourself a swatch, and then you'll be able to see what it's going to do. Look at this. It doesn't want to stick. How naughty. And I'm going to put my thanks just there, just hanging off of the edge. So there we go. Pretend that's going to stay. And you've got that lovely shimmer coming on. But that's quite a quick card to make.
That's
you know?
lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, Julie. I think you've excelled yourself there.
And
I don't know what you're going to do at 11 o'clock today. 'Cause I think he does some amazing demos.
I'm going to play with the pussycat.
Are you buzzing now?
Yes.
At last, it's only taken 47 minutes, but Julia Watts is now buzzing. She's awake, everyone. Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. And again, Julia, that design, it's very retro, isn't it?
Yes.
What's that kind of artwork where you use... not spirograph, where you use the stitching, thin thread, thin...
Oh, Spirelli.
Forelli? Spirelli.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it reminded me of, but it was a stamp.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it? I think
They're beautiful stamps.
Yeah, it really is. And something like that would look incredible with a huge border in a frame. Think about that. Think about changing the artwork in your home. In fact, think about making and creating artwork and selling it online. You could do. There are many places that you can do that. Right. Angel policy on these, Julia, would be that you can...
As long as you hand stamp, do as many as you like.
Perfect. Oh, I like that. I like that. And there's so much that you can do with these stamps as well, due to the size of them, due to the shape of them as well. And by that, I mean coasters, pictures, cards. Use these with your fabric inks as well. Make some backgrounds, or I think maybe a cushion. Just having one as a focal point on a cushion, or all four, just like here, for example. That would be really nice on a cushion. Using different inks on there would look spectacular. And because you've got the red rubber as well, it will take those fabric inks and it will deliver you great designs time and time again. I do like that sample. I like the colour that's been added. I like it in black and white as well. There's something about the design that's just absolutely spectacular, but adding a bit of colour as well changes everything, and these will change each and every time you use them. So with your IndigoBlu stamps, they're red rubber. Why is that important? Because they'll take all your different mediums, and you've got that fine detail as well that really does show through. So with that quality of the red rubber, these are going to last you a lifetime as well. That's why you've got all of that detail right in there. They're cling mount it as well, so you've got that all ready to go. And the cards themselves, you can use that as storage, because that will just go straight back on there, and then you can tell exactly what they are when you pop them into your folders. So that's Colour Me Daisy. What I love, you've seen the detail in there. It is absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So that's the daisy. You've got the lily there, which is lovely. Again, a lily can be used for all kinds of different occasions, whether it be in sympathy card or a celebratory card, for example, or just a card to say hello to someone, or a piece of artwork. And then you've got your dahlia. Oh, dahlias, love them. I've got lots of dahlias actually planted in the garden. They're all starting to come out. Beautiful flower. They stay with us for quite some time. And then you've got that one. Anemone. Yeah, I got it right. And not an "a" at the end of that. And that is beautiful design, like a poppy. Like a poppy. £35.96 for all four. If you've got your £5 credit, you can use that on this deal, taking it down even further. You're already saving £12. We've got some more stamps for you. The next are options. These are absolutely delightful. And there's nothing stopping you, if you want to, go for all of them. There's a freedom price on here as well. They're $11.90. So are you okay, Adam, in the next set? Sorry if you had a big crash at home.
Just tidying up.
Okay, okay. As long as he's all right. Big wallop and crash, always a little worried. But no, he's all right. He's all right. Right. You've got options. £11.99. Freedom price on here, though, £10.79, and that's a delivered price. If you want to go for all four, again, you're more than welcome to put them into your basket, or 2 or 3. It's entirely up to you. We've got some great designs for you, and Julia's been using a couple of these. Now, the most popular one is Blue's Lookout. Over 70% has gone. I love these stamps because they're full of design, but also if you wanted to, if you had a fine liner pen, for example, and you feel confident, you could then extend that design if you wish to. So let's show you some samples. This one is from the Summer Loving. Isn't that pretty? And that's just using some of the stamp. And you've got the black in the background, and you've got the colours there coming forward. Think beyond cards. Think again about your home decor. This is a lovely sample. This is by Rachel. Isn't that lovely? And then it's like a little press that's placed into. That's lovely design. Lovely design. Now, what's nice, if you are going for more than one of these stamp sets, you can mix and match if you want to. There's your B, which is from the set of 4 that we've got. From your collector's edition, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. And then you've got the main part of that particular stamp. The most popular one on the show is Blue's Lookout. Isn't that lovely? And you've also got, this is a lovely sample just here, and this is from your Peony Posy. That's spectacular, isn't it? That's on a bit of canvas, bit of a circle board, just to show you how that's been put together. Bit of gesso on the top. Love that. £11.99, but Freedom members, £10.79. You choose, you decide. If you can't, you can have all of them if you want to. And if you're going for 3 or more, just to let you know, you can use your £5 credit from yesterday on that deal because it's over £30. Right, another stamp set that Julia has used are your Words a Lot. Love these. Let me just take this and show you. Did I say words a lot? Word blocks. But it's lots of words, it's a lot of words on the blocks. You have to go with it. It's the way the brain works in the morning. In fact, it's the way the brain works all day, really. I've got no excuse. Got no excuse. So, you've got hope, you've got beauty, you've got faith, you've got love, celebrate, and thanks. And then the text in the background. Fabulous design, fabulous design. Again, all red rubber, so all of that small print in the background will be crystal clear. Julia, thank you so much for the show today. What have you got at 11 o'clock today? How can you top those demonstrations, Julia?
We're going to use the Pussycat, and we're going to use the Rose Blush.
Superb. Can't wait for that. And if you want to see more of Julia, who wouldn't? Oh, yes. You've got your YouTube channel, haven't you, Julia?
Yeah, just look for Julia Watts. You'll find me on YouTube, and all of the videos that I've done for Hochanda on Facebook Live are on there, yeah.
Perfect. Just to clarify, it is a crafting YouTube for you, in case you were thinking anything else. Stay with us. We've got more coming up throughout the morning on Hochanda. Right, yes, we've got a whole morning full of crafty goodiness. Simply Made Crafts One Day Special is coming up next with our Adam. Festival of Japan, we'll be talking to Jill, and then sewing with Bobbin, Patch and Angela.
Hi, I'm Hayley. Join me for some amazing Fabric Freedom shows. Fabric Freedom design all their fabrics here in the UK, and they design them with quilters in mind, so they're really good at picking out those unidirectional prints, really nice and small prints so you can work on smaller patchwork projects, and paste prints as well, which is one of their signature fabrics. They do lots more fabrics besides quilting cottons, so tune in to the Fabric Freedom shows here on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm John Lockwood from John Next Door. I'm lucky enough to have been a guest on Hochanda since day one. I like to pack my shows with lots of hints, tips and techniques, and my idea is to give the experience that I've got and I've gained to everyone at home and show as many things as I possibly can. The John Next Door brand is designed to bring high quality, innovative products to the crafting market. The range includes stamps, dies and new products such as the media plates. I'm also looking to expand the brand and bring you lots of new techniques, new ideas and new products into the next few years. I hope you can join me on my crafting journey and learn some tips and techniques from me that I share with you. So don't forget to tune in and watch the John Next Door shows on Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Lou from Studio Light. Studio Light has been around for about 40 years now. They're based in the Netherlands. It's a family-run business with a great heritage. The products that Studio Light bring us are very diverse, fantastic dyes, great papers, but all round on trend. Over the 40 years Studio Light have evolved. They listen to me, the demonstrator, and you, the customers, and really take our ideas on board. On the Hochanda shows, we'll share with you the diverse techniques and products will inspire you to produce your own individual pieces of artwork. So make sure you don't miss the Studio Light shows on Hochanda.
Hello everyone, I've got a minute or two to tell you why you should all be members of Hochanda Freedom. Did you know that with Hochanda Freedom you could be saving on your deliveries every single month? For just a £6.97 monthly fee, you'll benefit from unlimited standard delivery, which means the more you spend with us, the more you save. And do you know the best bit? You can cancel at any time. Becoming a member of Hochanda Freedom, you'll also be able to take advantage of our exclusive Freedom members discounts, where you can save anything up to 20% on an already fantastic Hochanda price. Freedom members will also receive our exclusive members badge and Freedom newsletter, which will keep you updated with all the goings on behind the scenes. Look at all these benefits for £6.97 per month. Over 12,000 of you are already members, and we thank you so much for being part of our family and sharing your crafting passion with us. In fact, I'm going to hand over to you to tell everyone else about your experience with Hochanda Freedom.
I'm a Freedom member, which means I can shop a lot.
It's the discounts and all the special offers you get.
I get special offers, I get special discounts. They tell me when everything's happening. So if there's a special show I want to watch, then it's there.
I'm able to just shop when I'd like.
It's just good to have.
Yes, you do save. If you buy like I do, you save.
You see, you could be a member instantly for £6.97 per month with no monthly obligation. So when you want to cancel, you can. Just give us a call or go to our website quoting the item number 88888. So, don't forget you get your unlimited standard delivery, exclusive Freedom discounts, members badge and members newsletter. What are you waiting for? Join Hochanda Freedom today and become a member of the growing Hochanda family.
Good morning, one. How are you, my little viewer? I only have the one, the rest of them turn off. Yes, I know what you're like. You only tune in for Julia, then you move on again. My only one is John Lockwood. Now, How are you? Well, it's 8 o'clock, which can only mean one thing. Yes, if you don't know by now, first of all, where you've been. Second of all, I'm sick of repeating myself. Third of all, it's your one-day special. Yes, the times have changed, so we've got 8 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and final call is at 4 o'clock as well. We had a busy launch hour last night at 6 o'clock. I know, there's a lot of times to take in, but don't worry about it. 6 o'clock was very busy for our one-day special. Now, I don't normally say this, and you know when I normally say it, I normally mean there's something good. Shop ahead, if I was you. You've got your one-day special, but we've also got, you can sort of see it in the side of your screen at the moment, you've also got our little terrariums. I love that word. You've also got your terrariums on the show as well. Two types of terrariums, your traditional diamond shape, and we've also got sort of your greenhouse shape. But I'll go into more details about that later, do not worry. Let's talk about your one-day special. Now, your one-day special is everything that you see in front of me. Now, I'm going to get it out there early. You can go for it individually if you want to. So you can get the paper pad on its own, this die on its own, and you get these two as a set. Now, these two as a pair are just over, well, I'll tell you the price now, look. £33.98 just for these two. The details are currently running along the bottom of your screen. Now, look at that £33.98. Then look here. £48.96 or two flexible payments of £24.48 a day will get you the complete succulent set. Now, this is from our Helen. Now, you know when Helen's in the building that something beautiful and amazing is going to be created. Only for the sheer fact it's not normally what it looks like. She's bought us the beautiful advent calendars in the past over Christmas last year, and now she's moved into the wonderful world of succulents. Now, look at the detail that you get on these as well. Look at the beauty that you get in there. But not only are you getting the actual plants, you'll also be able to make the vases as well, sort of the little stone effect. Now, normally you go out and I'm guessing you can make to sell with these as well. But you go out and try and buy succulents like these in those little stone pots. Now, I know we've got mediums on the website as well that you could turn them into look like real stone if you wanted to. You get all the leaves in well. I'm going to show you some of the dies that you're actually getting. Look at the size of the dies, though, that you're getting in here. They are massive. They're huge little dies that you're getting to make those various of flowers. But not only does it create the flowers, off the back of that, you can also create flowers like these as well. You can create your normal flowers. From your normal flowers, we've also got your pots included. So you've got your pot die to start making the beautiful pots that look a little bit like these, but then you also get the decorative edges in there as well. So maybe you use these smaller ones to create the side works that we've created here. Pop a little tea light in, pop a little battery operated fairy lights. If you think fairy lights wouldn't fit in there, you can go slightly larger if you want to. So you've got those beautiful gift boxes that look slightly different. £24.48. We've not even spoke about the papers that you're getting. You're also getting the pearlescent papers in here as well. Now I've taken this set out of the main pad. Okay, you're getting 6 sets. So 6 sets are exactly the same. Okay, I just thought it'd be easier for me to hold one this way, just so you can see the pearlescent. So you're getting like 6 of these. So you're getting 6 of each sheet in theory. Look at all those. To create those beautiful, realistic flowers as well. They're all double-sided. Well, it is really, yes, Charlotte. Oh, you're on fine fettle this morning. We've got Charlotte in bright and breezy. She was like a gazelle when she walked into the office this morning. I don't know about Molly because I didn't see her. Now, someone overslept. £24, I'm flexing a couple more pennies as well. Your details are at the top of the screen. 869509 is your item number. I don't know if you can tell, viewer, that we're all back together. We've now swapped shifts, so we have different producers and directors on this side, and we've not worked with these for about 9-10 weeks because we've been on our own side. I'm loving it. It's like being back at school, first day at term. 869509 is your item number. Right then, I've said it once, I'm going to say it again. Getting quick for your terrariums. Now, you are getting all the dies. I'm going to show you the dies first because it looks a bit awkward and cumbersome when you look at the dies. You think it's a bit overwhelming. You look at them and you think, oh, what does that make? Is it a pyramid? Is it what would I make out of all this? Is it a little house? Well, you could. This is the fact. Once you've got these dies, £23.99, you can do whatever you want with them. And you're already knowing this because over half the stock has already gone here. Now, what are you making? So, you can go large and small. It's entirely up to you. Where do you want to go first, Mol? Big one? Says a lot. Now, you've got the large one here as well. So you are making every single element, including the hinge as well. You can make all these. They are so rigid, okay? They're not going anywhere. So I was thinking, I was watching the show last night, and I was watching it again, well, bits of it this morning as well. And I was thinking, what else could you do with them? If you're going to get them home, yeah, you might use them as a terrarium. So you might put your succulent plants in there. You might make an arrangement of the succulent plants to pop in. You might make your little flower arrangements to sit in them. But I was thinking, well, you could also turn these into little cake stands. You could display your stuff in them. You take the lid off, you could display your cards on the inside for people to ferris through during shows. We're not going to be stuck in this pandemic forever. We'll eventually get out of it, okay? But for the time being, start thinking ahead, start planning ahead. You could use these as wedding boxes if you wanted to. Don't put the acetate in, put some of your graphic 45 papers in there. And you could use them as little doll's houses. Put vellum inside. Oh, she's with us now. She's woke up. Mol's there. She said put vellum on the inside. Well, this is right. Go back to your clarity shot. So do some of your clarity, your pergamano, your parchment. Pop your parchment in. Put tea lights behind, or those fairy lights. Fill the box with fairy lights. Would look absolutely beautiful. Not only that, though, I was also thinking. Go on, Ben. Hang on. Make sure they're electrical. Battery operated tea lights. Not a real one because it's paper. People, it's paper. But I was thinking, I thought a nativity scene. You take you can keep the lid on, but you take the doors out and you put the hinge on the door just here, and now you could have a set of barn doors. If you wanted to. You could model it on your own house if you wanted to create a house. You could make a full nativity scene in there, bit of hay, bit of straw, the elephant and the tiger. That's what we had in our nativity last year, because Molly was only 2. We had all sorts in there. Yeah, I did my Molly, not Molly that overslept. No. My little Mole. We had tigers, we had a lion once. Then baby Jesus was on top of the roof. I put it away in the end. I love my nativity seed at Christmas. But then, so you've got a full one. You could go half. You could go halfway. I'm now thinking, have you got dies of vegetables? Put them on shrink plastic, shrink them down. You've got your own little greenhouse that you can start creating for dolls' houses in there. And then you could cover it in Powertex, put it outside as well if you wanted to. It would be beautiful as a little tea light. But then, you're getting fat. You are on fire. We've not even got to the second one yet. Then just use one of the panels. So that's just one panel to pop on to there. Now imagine making to sell for these. Pop a name at the bottom, personalise them. Save sending a card, send something they can keep. 60% of the stock has already gone here as well. It's worth getting in. It's going to be one of these days. I can feel it now. It's going to be very, very busy. £23 and 99 pence. 887703 is your item number for your terrarium. Your terrific terrarium. I love it. Absolutely love it. But something else I love, if you want to go traditional terrarium, we can also go traditional as well. 60% of the stock has already gone here. Now, this is your traditional terrarium. Now, as you can see, you've got your balls in the bottom, as it were. So you've got all your little balls in there. So you can buy these online. I think our Julia does these as well. She gets about. So you can get all these, but you can make them old. And then the structure that you're holding. But then you can go more modern if you wanted to as well. Just look at that with some of your things. But then I was thinking about these. Well, if I'm going to pay £20 and 99 pence, you know what I'm like? I like to get my money's worth out of these sort of stuff. Because you don't just want to make terrariums all the time. You think, well, once I've made one, what am I going to do with them all? I was thinking snow globes. You pop a tiny little fan in the bottom somewhere with a little switch on. Remember, it is paper, but look how rigid they are. They're going nowhere. They're so rigid. You could then pop them as snow globes and use them throughout the year. Okay, you could pop them on a cord and hang them outside once again, only obviously when it's not raining, so for a party, as it were. Once again, tea lights inside, the vellums on the inside as well. Little battery operated. I'm a big fan at the moment of solar lights. I love a solar light. Oh, you want to see my guy? It's like a runway when they all come on. They all come on individually. I love a solar light at the moment. I don't know what it is. I think because everything's on offer, and as soon as I can get out, I just buy what I can. Random rubbish that I don't really need, and then I sort of have to try and make it work and justify it at home. But these would be amazing for that sort of thing. Imagine a table centre of a wedding. You pop these numbers on the inside, take the flowers out, but use them as numbers, put the numbers on the inside and fill it with the colours that you're using for your wedding, for your party. Imagine as a gift box. Use, once again, one of the slides could open out, could pop back in. There is so much you can do with when you get these home. £20.99, but already now, as we talk about them, over 60% of the stock now has already gone. I've not even showed you the dies. They just look like that. You can't go wrong. 281388 is your item number. It does look like a face, doesn't it? I might have to change them dies around. Don't look quite right for this time of the morning. £20.99 for your terrariums. Your traditional terrarium is what we're talking about. Brought to us by the amazing Helen. You know what you're getting with Helen. One, you're getting quality, and two, you're getting simplicity. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. For the sheer fact, everything she does, it looks complicated. It looks like it's going to be hard to make, but it's all in the title. It's simply made. And you can be making these, and you can be making to sell with these as well. Something else that we loved this morning when we walked into the show this morning, 40% of the stock is already gone. There's also a freedom price on this as well. This is your Simply Made Botanical Collection, because that's the collection we're in. So that's the umbrella, as it were. But this is your floral panel die set. So this is your little gift box that you've got here. Absolutely love them once again. So if I show you this side first, okay, so you've got the die that's cut out there with the panel on the back as well. So you've got the pink card on the inside of that panel. But you can really, really go to town. Once again, there's the panel on the end, but I just want to show you the front. So on the front, you've sort of got that lattice sort of lace look to it. You can see all the way through these and through the end as well. An amazing little box. Once again, reminds me of the old picnic style boxes that you used to be able to get. But don't just use it for flowers. You could have that open with all the flowers spalling out if you wanted it to, which would look amazing. Oh, I've just had another thought. You could have a little, what was that, Mom? A little loaf cake. Well, no, it could be a little bit of Battenberg. You could put a Battenberg would fit in there beautifully. A little Battenberg, little angel cake, little angel slice could go in there if you wanted it to. Hey, go on, Ben. Chocolate. Keep it simple. Chocolates. Can you tell none of us have breakfast yet? Because it's far too early. But you could use them, or you could just use them as a decorative gift box. Pop a bit of tissue paper in there, a scarf. Pop and a scarf that's in there, necklace, jewellery that could go in there as well. It could be, turn it out, a socks and a tie, or a wallet could go in there as well. There's so many things that you could roll up and just pop on the inside, but it is a beautiful gift box that's made from the heart and made with love. From that though, you've got all the dies for the boxes, but I don't want you to think, well Adam, this is all well and good, and you are going to say all these things because that's your job, you're here to sell. I'm not. What I want to do is I want you to get the most out the dies. And not only do you get the dies like this, remember you also get the inserts in there as well. Now maybe you start small. But then, because then you can start creating cards. So you start using them for the fronts of your cards as well. A beautiful, beautiful, simple card made from just a flower and the front of the die. You haven't got to make boxes if you don't want to make boxes. But the idea is there, the concept is there for you. £28.98. Remember, if you go over that £30 mark, you can use that £5 voucher. If you bought from us yesterday, you will have a £5 voucher in your account and you can take that off. But if it was me, I would hold on to that for a little bit while throughout the day. I know what's coming up next. It's going to be very, very good. Right then, we've seen it once. We're going to see it again. It's your white terrarium this time, okay? Let's see how easy it is to put it together. Before we do that though, during these videos there are periods of silence. Do not worry, your telly is not broken. We've just speeded it all up because I thought my phone was broken when I was watching it this morning. So there are periods of silence, but don't worry, the sound will kick back in. Right, hit it, Mole.
Hello, so in this tutorial we're going to be making the Terrific Terrarium, and this one is going to measure 3 by 2, and you can make this in any size you want. Just get creative with how many frames that you want, but for this one you're going to be needing 16 of these frames here. So this is the die here to make these frames here, and we also have a square one as well, so you can make different sizes, and this one is really good if you wanted to make a cold frame, which there will be examples on the show for you to see. So I'm going to be needing 16 of these, so let's get started. I have most of these already done. So this project is perfect for A5 cardstock, and you'll be needing the small die cutting machine for this one, and there are some longer strips that you are going to be needing to cut, so you will be needing a large format die cutting machine unless you want to get fancy with layering and running through twice. Okay, so all we have to do is cut 16 of those, so I will do everything in batches. And just a side note, this is the perfect project if you want something to kind of get your teeth into and to enjoy leisurely, and maybe even make in 2 or 3 stages. So get all of your die cutting done at the same time, and then all your assembly, and it will come together probably within a few hours, so depending on how fast you work. So I'm going to use my ruler here just to help me. This has done all of the score lines for me for the frame, so they are quite thin, so a ruler, especially one with a beveled edge here, it slopes downwards, that will really help to get your score lines put in. And I would definitely recommend going for 250 to 300 GSM for this project. It will be sturdy once everything's put together, but it just adds that little bit of extra niceness to it, I think. So get everything folded up. Okay, so you're going to be needing some acetate now, so do all of your cutting for your acetate at the same time as well. It's just going to speed everything up if you do it all in batches. So this measures 3 3/8 by 4 7/8, and what we're going to do is we're going to glue that right in the center. So I'm going to use some Cosmic Shimmer. You can use red tape if you have enough of that. You'll be needing quite a bit, but a word of caution for using the glue: be very careful not to smoosh this around and move it around once you've got the glue in place, because it can really kind of show on the acetate. Okay, so I'm going to start with these 2 side edges first, with the shorter sides with these flaps on. Those are the sides I'm going to be popping in first, and then the sides of the slanted edges are going to go in last. So I'm not going to put any glue on these side edges just yet. So on the last flap that's on the outermost section, I'm going to add my glue there, and then I'm just going to roll it up and then hold that in place. And then while that's drying, I'm going to add glue to here. Okay, so now you have your frame there. You can set that aside just to dry fully. And now, just to help me, I'm going to use my scoreboard here, just to help me line up all of my frames, just to get those glued together. So you can use a glue gun for this. I'm just going to stick with my wet glue here. And what this scoreboard is going to do is it's going to help us line everything up squarely as we glue everything together. So I'm going to be doing a 3 by 2. So I'm just going to add glue all across here. Okay, so I have my 2 sets of 2 and my 4 sets of 3. So now we can start assembling. So we are going to we're going to carry on using this scoreboard just to help us get the right angles. And just a quick note, the side panels here go on the inside. They don't pop on the outside, they pop on the inside, as the extras joining strips and ridge poles are the length of 3 of the windows. So we're going to add some glue just along here. And you can choose which side you would like the frames to be, on the outside like this with the details, or this side on the outside. I'm going to choose the flat side to go on the inside.
Oh, snazzy graphics thrown in there. End of part 1, all to be revealed. We will get to part 2 very shortly, do not worry. Wait, none of us was expecting that. First of all, good morning, how are you? We're very busy for your one-day special, which we'll go back to. Remember, that's all your paper pads and all your dies that are in there to make the beautiful succulents, but 2/3 now of your large terrarium. Wow, it can be as big as you want it, to be fair. Your 2/3 of your stock has now already gone. Now, during that little VT, we're having a little chin wag. As we do, obviously we were watching the VT at the same time, but we were just chatting, what other ideas could we use these for? Now, we said if you go for one of the larger ones like this, you could turn this into a hamper. Now, you could have it as see-through if you wanted, and you could create tissue paper in there, battery-operated lights so it twinkles when you open it if you wanted to as well, and then fill it with all your goodies, like candles in there, chocolate that's in there, and you've got that lid there as well. Kids' parties, you could turn it into a treasure chest. If you wanted chocolate gold coins coming out, do it in the brown, and then you're good to go. You could also, Kids can get involved, so kids now could create their own houses for their own animals. For teddy bears, it could be a teddy bear sanctuary if you wanted it to be. Pop your teddies in there. There's so many things you could do. Remember, you haven't got to have the roof on it if you don't want to. You could just use the roof on its own. Maybe you want to make a little skylight that goes under there. Well, it could be a little skylight bin. You never know in these days. But then if you don't want to go for the large one, as you can see, this is a 2-panel by a 3-panel. This is the one that we're currently demonstrating in the VTs. You could go for the littler ones. As you can see, this is just a pane by 2 panes, and it's got that straight back to it. So now this is more of the treasure chest look. If you wanted to create 2 of these and put it in there. Use it as a pencil pot if you wanted to. I was just tinkering with the set, but you could use it as a pencil pot as well. This is our set dressing, by the way. This is what we use to keep our pencils in. But you could use it for your set dressing. Minging here, minging. But you could use it as pencils if you wanted to as well. You could store, if you're old school and you've still got your old CD-ROMs that you want to, you could pop CD-ROMs in there. Bear with, come with. Then, there's all sorts of rubbish on this counter. But you could pop CDs in there if you wanted to. So you could fiddle through, well, which am I after? I want that Barbara Gray bit of work. There it is. So you can now pick whatever CD you want to pick. It's all yours. Don't just think of terrariums if you don't want them to as well. Pop your magnetic shims in there. Use it as die storage if you wanted to as well. Take your magnetic shim, pop it in. 70% of the stock now has already gone. I don't know if this will be around all day. I'm here this hour, and then I've got it later this afternoon at midday as well. Get it if you can. Absolutely phenomenal. Right then, we're shimmying on down. So this is sort of your greenhouse terrarium. I don't know why I lifted my leg like that. I thought I was stepping over something. I thought I'd better step over. But then you've got your traditional terrarium as well. So this is more of the ones that you see in the shops. Very big at the moment as well, succulents are. They're very, very modern and very, very on trend. I looked the other day to get some terrariums just to put around the house. No word of a lie. And they were in little wooden boxes. Now, obviously, they weren't paper, but they were wooden. And they had the little succulents in. Now, they didn't look all that good, to be fair. And I'm not going to lie. But they were £30 each. £30 each for one terrarium. No word of a lie. This size, but didn't look as half as nice as these. Look at that as a terrarium. Absolutely beautiful. Once again, you pop some lights in there. You are good. We could do with this on a Lazy Susan, really. I wonder if she's still in the green room. Can you go and see if Lazy Susan's in today? She could just stand here and spin it for me. I think she's a cleaner. But there's so many things you can do with them, or you could go traditional as well if you want. Real traditional. Use your bits and bobs that's in there. Now, as you can see on the inside, you've got those plants, but you could make those larger if you wanted to as well. £20 and 99 pence. Over 70% now of the stock has already gone. We're very busy for 8 o'clock in the morning. If you're setting your watches, it's 28 minutes past 8 o'clock in the morning. Right then, we've saw the end of part 1. Are you ready? Sit there, hobnob in hand, cup of tea. Let's go for part 2.
Okay, so this is pretty much dry now, and I've just trimmed out 2 pieces of cardstock and I've glued them together. So let's give you some measurements. So these measure 7 3/4 by 10 5/8, but just measure your own one just to make sure that you have the right size. Okay, and that is going to glue onto the bottom. Okay, so that is our base done. It's really coming together now. You can literally leave it like that if you wanted an open topped frame. So now we're going to make the roof. Okay, so to help us keep the structure of our roof together as we put it together, you need to cut out 2 of these triangles, and they have these little flaps here, and we need to reinforce those with some acetate. So the easiest thing to do is to glue your triangle onto your acetate and then cut that out. Okay, so we're going to add this now onto this section here. So we want this point here to that point there. And there is a little bit of a gap there, that's fine, that's supposed to be there. So let's get that glued on. And then we can do exactly the same to the other side. Okay, so I have a ridgepole here. I'll just pop the footage in on how to make that. And now this one will fit straight into the top section just like so. So add some glue. Okay, and so to finish off the bottom section, we have the other die. So we have the two dies here, so we have the other die here with the equal sections. That's going to make a different angled version, so let's get that put on. So these get glued on just like so, so that it is flush with the rest of the roof, and it will, all the angles should fit in at the ends just like that. Okay, so that is the lid section done. Everything is now dried off, so I'm now ready to connect these two together. So I have here two hinges that I've cut using this die here. I've used the same cardstock as well. So I'm just folding these up and then using my bone folder. Okay, so we're going to glue these hinges on either side. Okay, and to finish off the front, I'm going to take another one of these ridge poles from the top here. I have one here already. I'm going to glue that onto there just to make that look nice. So we're only going to add glue to this section here on the lid. Okay, and there we have our greenhouse all finished and ready for our plants. So let's pop some succulents in there.
Oh, we didn't have the end. I just wanted the end. An amazing demo, isn't it? Absolutely phenomenal, phenomenal demo. Now, how simple is it to put together once you've got, all you need is wet glue. Helen even said on there, if you've got red liner tape, I wouldn't use it, you're going to use too much. So all you need is a bit of wet glue and the dies and run them through your machine and you are good to go. Right then, your one-day special. We're very, very busy on your one-day special, so we thought we'd come back and have another little look at what you're actually getting. Let's do the boring bits first. 869509 is your item number. £48.96. Right then. That £48.96. If you're going to buy this as a one-off thing, you're only going to go for this, and you can afford to. Once again, I'm not here to push you and prod you in ways you don't want to be poked and prodded. I'm here to get you the best possible deal. Now, if you can go outright at £48.96 and you've got your £5 from yesterday, please feel free to take it off that price. If it was me personally, I would personally use Flexi. Flexi pounds at £24.48. I would take that flexible payment today. So we'll take £24.48 plus your postage and packaging today, and this will be sent out to you. You can then create and you can start making your beautiful succulents and also the vases that they come in as well. And then in a month's time, we'll also take £24.48 out again. But during that little VT, we were having a little think. Now, we will go through what you're getting in your one-day special as well. We were thinking, for an extra £15, now I know for some people, if you haven't got £15, this may not be for you, but I have to put it out there. If you've got that extra money and you can put it onto your flexible payment, you could also go for one of your terrariums as well, and then you've got the complete kit. So we've got your one-day special, and we've gone for that larger greenhouse-style terrarium at £23.99. We then add on Flexi to our order as well, which now makes your first flexible payment, including your postage and packaging, £39.43. And then in a month's time, we will take £36.48. But on top of that price as well, take £5 off, because you can use that £5 from yesterday. So take that £5 from yesterday, add it onto that order, and you're talking £31.48 plus your postage as well. Okay, so plus your postage, but for £31.48 plus your P&P for that first payment, you are going to get a complete set. You're going to get a terrarium, and you're also going to get your succulents as well. But if that's not for you, let's talk about your one-day special. £24.48 today across 2 flexible payments. Where do you want to start? Let's start at the very beginning, because that's a very good place to start, as Julie Andrews once said. We've also got the dies. So we've got the dies on top, though, these ones just here. Now, you're getting 4 dies in there, and they are large dies. These are not small dies. They're extremely, extremely large. Okay? They're very, very large is what you are getting. Well, that's a bit eerie, isn't it? Did you see that then? Did you see the book? We'll turn that round. We'll move there. You see the rubbish that we have behind us here? It's all meant to look like it's all arty and it's all put there. No, it's just another storage unit. Now, what we were saying is you've got your dies. They're large dies as well. I have dropped one on the floor, and I will find it during our next VT. You've got those beautiful dies that's on there as well. Look at the size of some of the dies, though, compared to my hands. So you've got large flowers in here, super large flowers, to create some of the flowers that look a little bit like these. Now, we've got the other dies on the show as well. So if you're thinking, well, I like these ones, we have got these dies on the show that you can now create. But not only are you getting your flowers, you're also getting the vases as well. Or sort of the stone look vases. You've seen some of the terrariums that we've got out. You'll see you get vases that look a little bit like these. So these sort of geometric, quite modern as well. Okay, very, very modern you've got to look. You're £48.96, 869509 is your item number for your one-day special. Not only do you get all the dies that we've done, you're also getting your paper pack in there as well, your 8x8 paper pad, beautiful pearlescent papers that we've also got in there. Very busy for your one-day special. We've been told to move on because we're that busy. 869509 is your item number. Something else that we're also busy on as well is our terrarium. Now, I know I keep going on about these terrariums, but they are absolutely amazing. 3/4 now of the stock has already gone here. Now, I'm saying during that last VT, I was like, is there any more? Once these have gone, have they gone? We don't actually know at the moment. Charlotte, the producer, is going to make a few calls at the end of the hour. Hopefully by 12 o'clock I will know. But remember, it is Bank Holiday Monday. So we don't know who's about and where. Well, no one's about, let's be fair. No one goes anywhere. But they'll all be at home, so we don't know who's answering phones. Okay? So we're going to try and work it out if there is more stock. But if there's not, and this is all we've got, We're extremely busy. £23.99. I didn't know what number I was saying then. 887703 is your item number for this. You don't get both. This is made from the same kit. So these dies that you see here are making both of the terrariums that you see. You can go large, you can go small. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. But we've already come up with many solutions, from CD holders to die storage to hampers to the actual proper use for them as a terrarium if you wanted to as well. It's entirely up to you what you want to do, but I think they're absolutely phenomenal. You could put little animals, like little creatures in the front of them, like little animals, obviously not real ones, like your paper ones. You know the ones from like Elves? Little cartoon creatures like your mermaids and stuff in there. You could create a whole scene there. You could create an under the world sea. So with things that hang down from the roof, and 80%, I could talk for an hour just on those. You can see how passionate I am because I start talking quicker and quicker, just to cram more stuff in before they tell me to move on, or they're bored in my ear. But we've got the traditional terrarium as well. Go out there, use the search engines and go and have a look at terrariums themselves. Obviously, these ones are paper, but how realistic do they actually look? Now, you get the dies on here as well. You get all the dies that you actually need. You get 3 of the dies. Now the dies look a little bit like these. So you get all the dies that are on this. You only need 3 dies to create your terrarium. You've got 1 for your sides and then 1 for the bases as well, and then 1 for these under sort of the underway, the undercarriage, as it were. But from there, what you've got as well, though, you must remember, if you cut the tabs off once you've cut these out, you've got 3 dies. Use them as shaker cards if you wanted to. Pop this on the front of your card, use it as a shaker. You've already got the fold on there, so you know they're going to work. You could also make little teepees out of these if you cut the bottoms off as well. You could have little teepees that go round. Right then, it's all right me talking about them and saying you can do this, you can do that, but you'll be like me sitting at home going, that's all well and good, Adam, in your new checked picnic blanket shirt on a bank holiday Monday. I know, I thought I'd dress up for the occasion. But let's see how easy they are to put together. Helen, it's over to you.
Hello, so in this tutorial we're going to be making the Geometric Terrarium. Now these are really pretty once they're put together, and I'm really happy that this one is also in my collection. As you can tell, I am super happy about everything in my collection so far. So let's go through with what we're going to be needing. So in the die set you're going to need to cut one of these ones. This is the one without the hole in the middle, and it has tabs on all of the sides. You're going to be needing 5 of these ones here. You'll end up with something like this. So it has the tabs either side. It's going to cut out the centre. Keep this one. We're going to be needing this